All right, so this is going to be a really down and dirty tutorial about why we ended up switching over to MailerLite. So we have used Constant Contact, MailChimp, and FloDesk. Those are the other email marketing systems that we've used in the past. And we recently made a switch to MailerLite a couple months ago, and I am so upset that I hadn't found this earlier. So MailerLite, I will give you the main use case of why we switched to MailerLite. The reason that we switched was we wanted our subscribers to have the ability to unsubscribe from specific lists, and versus just having the option to unsubscribe universally, which is what all the other ones do. What MailerLite does, and I'll show you, if you go to subscribers and groups, they're what's referred to as groups here. So let's say they are in our general updates group, job listings group, and events group. What we would want to have them do is we would send them an email, let's say from our general updates, and they're like, oh, this is too much email, I want to unsubscribe. It then prompts them and says, okay, do you want to unsubscribe from all, or do you want to customize your experience? And do you want to say, well, I do want job listings, that's cool. And like, oh, I do want to know about events, but like, I don't need all these general update emails. So they can go ahead and unsubscribe only from certain groups. None of the other competitors that we've used at least has that feature. So that was the main thing that we wanted, to be able to maintain our mailing list and to be able to maintain as many subscribers as possible. That was a choice that we made. So that was the feature that ultimately got us to switch. I will show you some of the other features because there are so many other things that it does, but I did want to highlight that one point. So one thing that I absolutely love about MailerLite is all of the integrations that it has. So if you go into integrations over here, it's so great to be able to have all the other programs that you use be able to just work seamlessly and like speak with each other, to be able to do things. So like, for example, we have it so that whenever someone whenever someone signs up for our Facebook group and drops their email in, that is automatically added into our MailerLite email list. We have that linked to our website. We have that linked to all sorts of places, but basically it's a really, really powerful lead generation. It's incredibly powerful lead generation software. And so there are some featured integrations that I showed you here, but also they have their own open API, which just makes it easy for you to like seamlessly integrate it with anything, another program that has an open API, which most of these sort of software systems have. Super, super strong and helpful. So that's big picture stuff. Another big picture thing that they have is automations. So we aren't really using this so much, but again, we just started using it a couple months ago. But they have all these workflows that you can create. So for example, if, and it's so open, so you name it whatever you want. And it's like, when a subscriber completes a specific form, when they click a link, when, the anniversary of a date even, and when that trigger occurs, then, maybe they get added to a new group, or they get an email that says like, hey, happy, 1-year anniversary of being our client, and they get a separate email for that. It's basically a really powerful way to set up funnels, to be able to maintain your list of clients and keeping them active and engaged. So that is just the tip of the iceberg for automations, but there's so many things that you can do with that. Another cool thing that they have are forms. So all of these forms we have that are embedded in our website. So for example, let's see if I can show this here. So we have a premium membership wait list. Actually, no, we have a different one that looks a lot nicer. Let me see if I can show you that one, just because it does look nice. I want to show it. Oh, you know why? I think it's a pop-up. That's why. So they have different types of forms. It's actually a promotion. That's what it is. They have pop-ups, embedded forms, promotions. I find the pop-ups and the promotions look the nicest because they have templated ones that are really cool. But this is what ours looks like on our website right now. It's active. So once they click this button, it automatically gets dropped into either one group or multiple groups. It's all fully customizable. Then, of course, you can see so many stats on this. It's wild. So you can see from the analytics, like how many people it converted, how many impressions, all sorts of stuff, of course. But back to forms, these embedded forms as well are pretty powerful, and they're fully customizable. So let's see, we have this on this, actually, no, let me show you the hiring one because that's like a more dynamic one. So there's, I'm hiring on the website. And you know, this looks pretty basic, but we actually wanted the rest of the website to pop. So this is pretty dialed down. But basically, of course, you can create as many dynamic fields as you want. Like this is a drop down, they have dials, radio buttons, all sorts of things. You customize the colors. Everything is fully customizable, how everything looks and feels. And I've created specific fields. All these fields I customized and dropped into my subscribers fields over here, so that all of this crazy amount of data is being captured from our clients. So everything from like largest social platform to their LinkedIn to the role at the company, everything that they fill out is all being categorized and captured. So back to subscribers, we obviously have all of our subscribers here, and then we have segments and groups. And this was another really cool feature of MailerLite. So MailChimp does a pretty good job of this, but of like segregating your subscribers into certain groups that you can sort of filter down and only email certain people in certain use cases. MailerLite does that super well. And I haven't even mentioned this yet, the price is unreal. And MailChimp is, in my experience, the most expensive one that I've found. But again, those are the only other three that I've used besides MailerLite. This is ridiculously inexpensive. I think it's like less than $40 a month on the plan that we're on, and we're on a plan that has, excuse me, up to like 10,000 subscribers. So really affordable. I remember MailChimp was a lot more expensive. So this is a feature that MailChimp has similar, but basically I'll show you why segments is different from groups. So segments, for example, we have people who attend our events as defined as a segment. And the way that we do that is if we go into subscribers, which I don't want to click in because I don't want to show who our specific subscribers are in this video, but you filter. So if we import this list and we tag it that they attended this event. So when I go into all subscribers, I filter to have it say, okay, and have all my subscribers filtered down so that there's a field match of that is this event, create a separate segment called this event. So now I have, 12 people attended this event, 13 people, so that I can easily just click in and just email those people saying, thanks for coming to my event, or like, here's a follow-up on this event, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, you're seeing all these open rates and stuff like that as well, which is obviously huge to be able to see all the stats. And speaking of, you could see a lot of stats here. So it's all like visual. It's pretty great. You can see, of course, where everybody is sort of like tuning in from. And there's a lot more as well if you drill down into groups, for example. What else can I show you? Well, the campaigns themselves. Let me show you some of these. So we could show you some of the set ones. So this is fun fact. The last email service that we used was FloDesk. Everybody seems to be obsessed with FloDesk right now. If you're not familiar with them, I will show them just briefly in this video. They're like the cool, modern, beautiful, very affordable email marketing. We have another video also that I'll tag in the description box of why we originally used FloDesk. I would say the main things that FloDesk does again, beautiful emails, really beautifully designed, very like on trend, and $19 a month, ridiculously inexpensive. And that's it. It is $19 a month if you use a referral code, which is in that video. But you know, and I got mine from somebody else. I think the max that it is $40. They are in beta. And I do want to highlight that because although it seems really functional, and it is, there were definitely indicators that really made you feel that it was in beta. And that's really important to know when you're using a tool, because if you're relying your entire business on it, it's finicky if it's still in beta. There were just some things that it couldn't do for us. So we ultimately, and I loved it. There were so many things that I loved. Mostly the designs were just beautiful. But I couldn't get over the beta and some of the functionality that didn't work. And when I emailed their support, which was fairly responsive, and support is huge to me, they were basically just saying we're in beta and we'll add it as a feature request, which was kind of a bummer for certain things. So that being said, switched from FloDesk to MailerLite. However, we loved some of the designs. So because we sort of started in FloDesk, we sort of used those to emulate in our MailerLite designs. We basically were like, all right, let's see if we can make this look as much as like FloDesk as possible. And to be honest, we were pretty close to getting there. It's not exact, but we did. I think they're close enough considering all the additional powerful tools that MailerLite has. So it was like a preview for us, and then we went and sort of took those designs and added all the other features in here, which is cool. So I will say I do want to add that. One cool thing about here is you could see like all the total, we had one total click. We had, you know, clicks on here. It sort of separates all the subscribe or all the social buttons. That's a pretty cool thing. Obviously the link activity, subscriber activity, opens by location. There's all sorts of stuff that you can see. So that is the email. And then I guess I'll show you just one of the last things to keep this video like pretty brief. You can create different types of campaigns. Super cool. Regular campaign, of course, is self-explanatory. There's A/B split campaigns, which are really, really cool. If those of you who are like really heavy into email marketing, I'm sure you know what that is. But essentially, you could sort of test some things with like half your list, a third of your list, and sort of send them slightly different, maybe different times or different looks and feels, and sort of see which one gets the better response. So that's pretty cool. You can auto resend a campaign to any people who don't open it the first time. That's really great. And to be honest, I don't even know what this is. Not gonna lie. So if I go ahead and create a campaign, of course, it's gonna ask you what's your subject of your email. We always love adding little emojis. I'm in this kind of a mood. You can insert any personalizations that you want. So if it's like, hey, Jessie, like, miss ya, you can put that in. Obviously, it's who it's from. We always pick English. So I'm going to go ahead and then build the content. This is another super, super powerful piece of MailerLite. You can create as many templates as you want. Oh my God, this is such a time saver. So we have about like 6 of these, but we're gonna create a lot more. And basically it's just, you know, catchy phrase here, if you look on the first one, you know, empty photo galleries, all sorts of templates that you can use and create, and just easily go ahead and select it, of course, preview it, but select it to be able to build on it. Obviously, you can create a new one. They have their own. I don't think they're that pretty, but they do have a lot. Some of them aren't terrible. But again, we're coming from FloDesk where the emails were just like really over the top beautiful. And then of course you could pick recent. But let's go into one of these to just sort of give it a shot and see what it looks like. So I could show you guys sort of the really like the building part of it. So if you open this here, on the left, you're going to see all the building tools that you have. once it eventually loads. And then on the right, you're going to be editing each specific block. I will tell you one thing that I don't like about MailerLite, but it's pretty minor. I hate how they like, I don't know, I find it hard to find the type of block that I want here. So it's all, I'm in all blocks right now. So this is like a logo and a title. There's like text box, spacers, you know, the standard stuff. But then they have it, they have it organized into certain groups, but I don't know, I just find it like a little hard to navigate through these. You can search, maybe it's just me, I don't know. Anyways, these are different elements that you can obviously just drag and drop. And you can customize these fully. I can't emphasize that enough. So I'm going to delete this because we are already in a template. But from here, you can go ahead and edit like everything that you want. So since this is a template, we have it so that it's a 2 photo, a 3 photo, or a 1 photo, depending on what we've got going on. And of course, you just click in there. You browse your photos, you go ahead and either upload one or you use one that already exists. We can create GIFs, which is pretty cool. And you know, you could pull from your Google Drive, Jiffy, Unsplash. There's a lot of different options there for graphics, which is pretty cool. And then I also want to show you the customization abilities, because again, we started coming from FloDesk. I can't emphasize enough. I just love their designs. And I was like, oh, like, I don't want that to go really downhill. We sort of created this precedent of having really beautiful emails. So what's an example? Maybe just even in here, like this text box, for example. Well, let me actually show you. So like one of these, for example, which is like, all right, there's like a graphic and a, you know, it's somewhat formatted, right? And you're like, all right, that's a nice first step, but I want to customize those a little bit more. I mean, that's not great, right? You can obviously change the photo. You can link it. You can add a heading. You can add a subtitle, the text here, the button, and the URL for the button. Okay, but that's pretty standard. That's just the content. However, you go into the settings and everything is customizable. So the font of the heading could be different from the font of the subtitle. All those settings are unique. The font size, the font colors can be hex codes. So it could be any of your custom colors that you want. The link as well, everything can be fully customizable. And then even the button settings, right? All right, so I want the button to be larger. I want it to be on the right side, the center, the left. These are kind of weird, but that's just the border. But let's say I want it centered, and then I want to further drill down. So maybe I want my border radius to be 0. Because I want my edges sharp and I want my vertical spacing to be half of what that is. So it's a smaller button. And then we really start to like customize it. So D1, C1, F1 is like one of our colors, for example. So I'm going to save that. And then the text, of course, you can go ahead and customize, you know, the font. And they have, I think, all the Google fonts as well. So they do have a lot of cool fonts that you can use. Let's say I want it to be normal versus bold. Like these are basic things, but the fact that they have all of those things makes it fully, truly customizable. A cool thing is that you can apply whatever settings you set to be across all blocks. Super cool, right? It's good, of course, you don't have to like redo all those things. And then if I click on this, for example, all right, I notice the background is like different from that image, which is kind of lame. So it's like off-white. I just want to make it white. Or I want the background off, whichever you want. There's bottom spacing, top spacing. So, you know, you've got more distance up here. You've got less distance up there. And again, the button settings as well. So everything is really customizable. We cheated. We did take a few screenshots of some graphic design that was in FloDesk, like the signature, for example. stuff like, I think that might have been one of the only things, to be honest. I love that FloDesk had like beautiful signature fonts. I thought it just read really nice. So I actually added this as an image in MailerLite. I did take a couple inspirational things from FloDesk, of course. Oh, this is another one that I took. I'm like, this is kind of a video for MailerDesk and FloDesk, to be completely honest. But they had these really cute, sort of kitschy unsubscribe messages, which I thought was so cute. So I just copied this text. I wanted it. So I did that. You can customize your social links, of course. And then unsubscribe, again, there's that feature that I absolutely loved that allows you to unsubscribe from a variety of different lists. Basically, you, myself, I will import all of our subscribers into however many groups that I want. And so if that person gets the email and they're within, let's say, 3 different groups, then they have the opportunity to unsubscribe from whichever ones they want, or all of them, of course. So that is about it. I guess the only thing, of course, you could save it as a template. Of course, you want to go in preview mode or send a test email, but preview mode is pretty great. I feel like most email systems have these days, where you can see the desktop version or the mobile version, but of course that's super important. You can share the URL of the preview. You could save it as a PDF. And so I'm just going to go back because I don't want to save the changes over my template. But this is MailerLite. And so plan and billing, like, let's jump in there, I guess, is like the last thing. So I guess, yeah, so it's $50 a month with the plan that we have. There are different add-ons that you can add as well. They're really customizable in terms of, let's see, if I want to upgrade or downgrade, I'll show you the different options, I guess. So $10 a month, but of course that's under 1,000 subscribers. I must have, or, oh, guys, this is also forever free. So keep that in mind too. So there are different plans for sure. I'm on the 50. I just upgraded from the, because we just passed the 5,000 threshold, but $30 a month, guys, for up to 5,000 subscribers. Like, that's huge. And I feel like MailChimp always nickel and dimed me, which I hate when companies do that. It's the worst. The most you're going to pay for 50,000 subscribers is $210 a month, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you can pay annually and save 30%, which is huge. I'm probably going to do that really soon now that I see how great it is, to be honest, because I don't have that currently, and 30% is a really good deal. And you can upgrade or downgrade at any time. And so, yeah, that's the plan and the billing and stuff, which is, really, really affordable. What else can I show you? You can add multiple users to your account, which is really great. Again, unsubscribe settings. I should just show you this for a second, because this was the one thing that I really, really liked the most. So you can customize your unsubscribe form. We fully customized this. And again, they can check that they unsubscribe from all emails, or if they can just unsubscribe to, well, this says select the link that you wish to remain subscribed. So it's like, all right, I just want to get events. That's cool, but I don't want to get those, or I want to unsubscribe from all. Again, it's all customizable. And look, this is great. So you can see, like, the reasons, of course, why people are unsubscribing. That's always really helpful, of course. And yeah, so that is MailerLite. I can't emphasize enough how great they are. If you have any questions, just comment below. We do have a referral link as well. If you do appreciate the video and you do want to give them a shot, we would totally appreciate using the affiliate link. And yeah, they're really great. I can't emphasize it enough. All right, enjoy MailerLite.